feel. You know how I feel. Ooh.
be hearing me right now talking. And let's head over here. Sweet. Okay. So, y'all should be hearing me. San Diego. Sweet. Lindsay's here. Lauren's here. Let's see. Annie's here. Everybody's here for a little bit. Johnny Sue. Sweet. Everybody's here. Megan's here. Hoopy Smiles is here. Happiest vegan on earth. Love that one. Is here. To the song. That song, somebody just asked me about the opening intro song there. That song is, hey, Jackie. Kim in Clearwater, Florida is here. Sweet, everybody's here. A little community class. Nice, spread out all over the country. That song was actually written for, or put together for Anastasia's here. Sweet. For the HoopPath DVD that I put out. And I've had that track forever. And I actually own the rights to that track, as much as you can. And so I'm glad you like it. And that's going to become the new just sort of theme music. That's woven into my software now, so that just plays. I'm hoping that everybody can hear me. Joanna, sweet. Lots of people chiming in. I hope everybody can hear me tonight. Sweet. Lots of cool people here. It's Manta Lokia. On YouTube is here. I'm sure I butchered that. But there's one situation I need to let you know about, and that is that for some reason, hey, Tiff's here. I have been unable to figure out tonight how to hear my microphone. Okay, Rebecca can hear me fine, loud and clear. Good. Thank you for chiming in on that. There's a bit of a delay now, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's the nicer cameras or whatever. Anyway, so let me jump straight in. Thursday night, we're going to have a class, and I believe I'm going to talk a little bit about point and 2-point some more. So it won't be quite the killer classes that we've been having on Thursdays if you have some beginner friends. Sweet, Lauren, good. Yeah, I'm real happy. If you guys haven't checked the stream out in a while, this is because I've been working really hard on this. I'm not trying to get applause, but I've been working really hard. But also, about 3 weeks ago, someone made a very generous donation so that they could help. They didn't cover the full cost, but help buy a computer specifically for streaming because I have such horrible internet. So you can think like you guys, and she may be watching right now. If she is, thank you. And I appreciate it. Okay, so I want to jump straight in. Next week's class, I'm thinking about doing kind of a how to get through a loss class. I think it's going to be more meditation. It's going to be kind of like, it won't be specifically about breakups, but it'll be kind of, like a sort of like a restorative class after a loss, and so it's not going to be a downer, but I want to just try that type of thing. So tonight we are working with, this is a very, very old school Monday night type class. We're working with activation of energy, and it's a flow class. And so when I say flow class in my descriptions, what I am really saying is that you'll be loosely held. There'll be like a suggestion. Okay, Eaton B. Hoopy says she would like a class like that. Well, good. I'm me too, and it's the hoop. After 19 years, I've had a bunch of setbacks and losses, and the hoop has really helped me. And I just want to talk a little bit about that. And it'll be a feel-good class, though. And then tonight, I wanted to do an activation class, kind of an old school, and a flow-based one, which means it'll be just more suggestions for things that I would do if I were you, and a little bit more creative writing class than grammar. And that's typically the way Monday night's going to go, but I will bring in some technique, and maybe, after the breakup class, we'll do something else, or the loss class, not breakup. My friend and housemate, Sheila, is here, and so if you hear me talking off camera, that's who I'm talking to. If the stream goes down, these streams that are at the bottom of the screen, HoopPathBax, I've streamlined all that, so Twitch or YouTube, they never go down. They get censored later sometimes, but they never go down. If somebody asked me the other day, what would be ideal for me? Ideally, everybody would head over to YouTube eventually, but you guys that are watching on Facebook are really helping me out. Oh, Ish, you guys are really helping me out. Ish is here from YouTube, by watching it on Facebook, because the Facebook feed is really meant to get eyes. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time talking. I really want to streamline these talks. I'm probably going to be talking a lot tonight anyway. And so I've got the playlist split up onto SoundCloud and onto iTunes. And we're going to see how both of those go. Here we go. I recognize almost everybody. Oh, Danielle, a local is here. Sweet. I recognize a lot of names, so I think you guys have all swayed before, but if you haven't, we're going to go ahead and get started. I like to do it blindfolded. You can try it blindfolded if you like. I know this camera looks a little yellow. I'm curious if you guys think it's a good deal. But if you like to go blindfolded, I usually do. Sway is freeform movement. Some people probably at home aren't doing it at all, but I just want to say that, I taught on the road forever. And the performance of the hooper before I started having everybody sway to after I started having everybody sway, sweet, Jen. People are joining, I'm saying, what's up? The performance was so much higher. And I really think, any other activity has a warm-up. And the sway was kind of for me to take some of the ideas I had learned in Tai Chi, which I had hardly really studied. I studied it for like 12 weeks. And take some of those ideas and bring them in. And what I liked about Tai Chi was that because you moved through forms, you didn't really, you were perfecting something that ideally you already learned, right? And so what I thought about in sway it's an activity that, like, if you don't know how to move, you literally just start swaying, And sometimes it's like we can't always think ourselves into our body, In fact, it hardly ever works. And instead, the body speaks the body's language, and the body's language is movement. So when I start to move, when I put myself in sway, then the body starts to open up and feel the sway. Richie, my man. Wow, Richie Isaacs is here. Super. That's awesome. Okay, thanks for signing in. And look, I can't see who leaves and goes, so no awkwardness if you have to bail. I'm not being insecure, but just being real. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with our sway. Okay. Audible breath in. Tonight, this whole class is about using our hoops, using the moves that we already have to activate us. And the first activation that we're going to do is with breath. We're going to imagine that every time we breathe in, That as it moves into the body and as it moves out of the body, that it activates, that it awakens, that it warms. You can imagine kind of as if your breath is blowing on inner coals inside of you, heating those embers, causing them to glow. We're going to get creative and we're going to imagine lighting embers in our hands and embers in our feet. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. We're bringing in the air right in through the main door, through the main hallway. Each breath pushing open every door of every room inside of us. Activating. Now I invite you to keep audible breath with you, breath after breath after breath. Every breath activating, releasing, loosening, unlocking. For whatever reason, your energy may have dimmed. We can breathe into it and bring it back. If I engage my legs, if I let myself fall down into them, I activate the heart. And as the heart elevates, it increases the effect of breathing and activating. For some of you, we might want to deactivate the mind right now. For some of you, it may be good to put the problem solving away for the next hour. And be with your body. There's nothing to solve, just glory, just openness, just allowance and acceptance. Activating. Audible breath in. Sweet. Okay, sweet, Christina. Thanks for you guys for being here. I have a warrior, by the way. We're going to move right into the very next song because there's more activation that I want to do. This might be weird if the kids are around. Oh, I should bring the... Actually, this camera angle is probably the best. Okay. Let me know if the sound is okay. It should be all right. But It does. It breaks into 3 pieces. Okay. Activation. We're going to give the body templates right now to help it activate. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to move in a way that pulls energy into us. We're being artists tonight. Although, I should say, I feel with all my heart that humans can send and feel energy. I'm pulling in as if I'm bringing in through my movement, through my gesture, positivity or calm, that thing that I'm wanting, seeking. And now I want you to imagine that you're bringing that in and that you're sort of bathing with that you're smearing it on you, that you're not just bringing it in, but that you're applying it. And I invite you to bring your hands almost to a touch, but not quite. Pulling that energy in. Good. And now we are going to go ahead and pull it in and touch. We're going to create contact with our hands or with our 2 arms on our skin as if we are bathing, as if we are becoming clean, as if we're washing off worry, the residue of worry or stressful days. Good. I'm going to bring my heart rate up a little bit by moving my weight from leg to leg so that my body begins to open up its ability to balance. And then, kind of like breathing, we're going to take and push away what we're releasing, push away what we're detoxing, push away what we have no more use for. And then, like breathing, inhaling the stuff that we need, and then exhaling and pushing away. Breathe all the way into the hands, all the way into the feet. Audible breath in. And then lastly, I want you to personalize it and gesture in a way that feels good to you. Perhaps it feels better for you to climb over something or to push something behind you. Perhaps for some of you, you just need to pull and pull and pull. As long as it's activating the body and letting the mind be active. Keep your breath with you. Big breaths in, big breaths out. breath in. And then we have about another minute of movement. And we're going to really expand to activate. We're going to activate our skills. So what I want you to do is to reach, out or create postures, perhaps of balance. And moving through a balance in your own way. Nice. Sheila's doing this a lot better than I am. I wish I had the camera on her. Activating. Big breaths into the body. If you like this music, the playlist or most of it will be on SoundCloud. Okay, so you can grab some water if you want. We're just about to pick up our hoops. I forgot to add it, I guess. Oops, no, don't want that. Okay, so we're going to start. You can grab whatever might be a small hoop if you want. Oh no, the song I had, I didn't have anymore. Shucks. I know. Oh, it has just been that kind of shit. Okay, this will work. All right. Okay, so for our next exercise, as far as activating goes, actually, I think I want to play a different one. We're going to kind of jumpstart our energy right now. And we're going to open up our reflexes. We're going to activate our badassness. All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. I'll bring on the... All right, so let me start this over. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a bit of a mess up just there. Okay, so we're gonna start again. We're gonna wake up, activate, and of course you can do your version of these exercises if you want. But what we're gonna start to do is activate the body and create coordination through the hands and through the feet. Now, if you've done this exercise in a HoopPath class or workshop, then you kind of know what to do. But if you haven't done this before, what we're doing is we're just hopping the hoop. I'm just catching it with one hand and then the other hand. And then as I'm doing that, I'm trying to activate as many parts of the body as I can while I do it. So I can activate the shoulders, or I can activate the feet. Or hopefully, I can activate a whole lot more. These are called hops. A hop with a little bit of a roll there. And hops are just that. Your hand is hopping from one side or one position to another one. always look where you're going to catch, unless you're trying to show off. Look at the point that you're going to catch and see yourself catching it. I can also do this from standing inside of it. And this is where I'm going. This is the low position. This is the high. And then these have sides we call near and far. This is me switching at the low position. And then still low if I bring it up here. Our 80-year-old self is appreciating this because we're going to have good coordination and good grip strength when we finally hit that sweet day. This would be the high. And then I'm not going to get too deep in this, but this is right far because I'm holding my right hand all the way across. And then this would be left near because I'm holding my left hand on its side. This is right near. Good. This is left near. If I went left far, I would come across the body and go to the other side. And so if I start to put all this together, okay. Oh, that's not bad. What is that? Oh, this is great. All right, this is the perfect time. That's the perfect song. Sweet. We're going to hop onto the waist now. I'm really kind of surprised that I can't get this to... yeah. Huh. All right. There we go. I don't know if you guys are seeing my handy-dandy camera play right now. But there we go. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's right, but we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay, here we go. On the waist. We're going to activate now with the surface of our skin and with core hooping. And our perfect little song just came on. We're on the core. I love to do this type of activation blindfolded or with my eyes closed, because what we're going to try to do, since we're pretty good hoopers, is we're going to try to move the hoop up and down the body as much as we can, or at least at times, to activate different parts of it all at once. We'll start with here on the waist, and you don't have to stay guided with me. I'm choosing to be rooted, which means my feet are firm on the ground. And I'm kind of bouncing between a circular motion and then more of a rock steppy push. My hands are in flight. I suggest you put yours in there too. And if you trust me, then I want you to find what I believe to be there, which is a connection between your core movement right now and your hands. And at times the connection may feel more of a disconnect. But then if you really feel into it, the movement of the hands starts to change where the waist hoops. I did a chopstick class early on, and we got into this concept. For instance, let's say you're a beginning hooper and you want to wake up your left side. You realize that your left side isn't doing enough movement. First, you could just try to move your left, but you can also begin to open up to your brain that movement by just moving that one particular hand with the current or against the current. If you haven't tried anti-spin hands, you'll really feel the connection then. TJ joining us. breath with you. Reverse. Come up, come up, come up, come up. You don't have to. Good. Reverse if you can. Activating. Activating. We're about a minute and a half in, so there's a lot, even in me right now, that isn't activated that I want to start to activate. Like maybe I bring a little tilt of my head into it. Usually loosening the head is the last thing that hoopers get to in the sort of list of tight places. Especially core hooping. It'd be really fun to look. You can just look out over your shoulders. I'm going to reverse it. And if the shoulders is ahead of you, you can spend a lot of time activating by closing your eyes, feeling the hoop's weight as it rolls around you, feeling its pressure. And if it feels like it's slamming into one side of you, then assert the other side, either forward or backward. Activating my hands because I'm still trying to feel that rhythm. I'm going to bring the hoop up. Activating. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. If anything happens to the stream, check me out on YouTube. If you want to find out when the videos are going live, the best way to do it is subscribe and click the bell. And then your phone, if you have notifications on, will get a little chirp and tell you that I'm just about to go live. If you're not doing anything, you can grab your hoop, blindfold, and come on. Heart rate should be nice and up. Keep that breath with you. My goal tonight is that every activation that we step from builds on the other, stays with us through it all. Yeah. And remember, try to let your mind just chill out in the back seat. You can just sit back and watch the body dance with the hoop. Nice. I hope you guys are still with me. All right, actually, we'll just stay here with that song too. We're going to do one more activation. We're going to get the body kind of going here. This will be, we'll bring the pace back down just a little bit. But we want to activate as many muscle groups right now as we can so that we feel really good tonight, we sleep really well. Angle hooping is one way to get that type of activation through the legs. And so what we're going to do, if you already know how to angle hoop, you can go ahead and start angle hooping, and I'll stress the emphases. If you're new, though, and you don't have angle hooping just yet, you want to get the hoop going nice and fast. Nice and fast. You want to visualize reaching out with your stomach or wherever the hoop is, reaching out over the hoop, and then in the back, reaching out under the hoop. So one side reaches, I fall forward and I reach over. The other side is pulling up, trying to get up under it. And then when I get an angle that's comfortable, I may not want to get too steep because I don't want to hit my knee. Right? A DJ like this is dangerous for me at Burning Man. Because I can just wind up waist hooping for his whole set, her whole set. But I am pumping up and down with my legs, and I'm getting nice energy going. If my hoop starts to walk on me, if it starts to turn an angle, I make an adjustment. I pull one tree back and push another tree forward. There we go. Good. And then visualize. Visualize. Activation. And then just to keep with that activation theme, even though I'm here on the waist, I'll bring a little action down to the hands. Remember, all these things build. I will tell you though, as a teacher, T-Rexing really holds you back in this exercise. When you're in an angle, T-Rexing constricts the upper body in a way that doesn't let you more naturally stand. Good. Reverse. And again, if you already know how to angle hoop, you could be on the shoulders by now, you could be anywhere. Come up. Reverse. Heart rate up. We'll do something chill after this, but we're going to keep the heart rate up right now. Activate, activate, hands activated. Step into your strength. Step into your strength. Sorry, Richie. Richie just said he's having trouble hooping right after breakfast. Nice, good. Good. And then if I know how, I can roll up into sky. Activating. Waking up the body. One thing that really can help some people is to think of the direction of your push through your skin. Your push is extending through your skin, through the hoop. You can kind of almost imagine you're being directional with it, that you're aiming it and sending it. That it's not just happening to you, but you're happening to it. When you want to start to learn to put it on wheels, just bring little steps in. But I read the momentum of the hoop. I'm always listening to it. Activate, activate your ears. I'll shut up. Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay, so, yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a little bit more activation. And the type of activation we're going to do now is activation where we're going to use the same way we were touching earlier, touching the body, making contact. We're going to keep that idea, but with the hoop this time. And we're going to imagine that kind of like core hooping activates as it rolls around, that I'm activating by really just smearing the hoop or placing it on the core and moving through it. This would be an example of a move. This would be an example. Sometimes if you have a hoop small enough, you can roll without ever taking your hands off, roll in the hoop. All right. I'll be demoing to give you a better idea of what this is. Oops. And what we're trying to activate to right now is the surfaces, a surface of our hoop versus the surface of our skin or our clothing. And then we can play with the pressure of that touch and really create very strong moves or super slow, delicate moves. In HoopPath, this is called Gooey Contact. Of course, this is a flow class, so I want you to go with how you're led. You can think of the gooey contact as just an emphasis. But stay activated with me. Wholeness. Wholeness. It's like your activation is pushing the energy back into the places that go through. Your activation is rekindling, relighting, reawakening. Iowa, hello. That's totally right, Ish. See how I can roll that down to my legs?
See things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not.
moving my hand, but keeping contact with the hoop on me. Good. Wow, I love the song for this track. Vivian, sweet. Spiral, I'm doing Gooey Contact for the folks. Nice. All right. Yeah, I like that song too. I think we got another good one coming right after it here. Oops. Okay. Okay, one other thing I wanted to add, and of course, I want to start to hold you, progressively looser. We're getting close to the end anyway. I hope you're enjoying these. But before, now follow me here, before we were using the hand and such, the hands, to smear the hoop onto the body or the core or something like that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do a more traditional old school trace where I'm going to let my hands kind of move on the hoop, and then they can assert themselves whenever they want to. If you want to feel just what I'm talking about, this would be a trace. Like these are like old school like isolations. I suck at them. But they're, where you pretend you grip with one hand and then release with the other hand and then grip with that hand and then release. I don't know if it's obvious, but I never really got into this, but lots of people did, and it does really cool things. But what I really like is that sometimes trying to trace, I can really feel like cool things, like feeling my hands crawl up to the hoop or feeling the hands move down. Bringing them together before I make a move, I could try that. Like, instead of just hopping back on, maybe I pull out some and bring the hoop onto me that way. Pull it back out, like within and without. Okay, here we go. We'll trust this to some music. If you're really lost, let me know, but I think you got it. We're just going to basically keep playing. Sweet, Viv. Viv says she likes my gooey flow. That's awesome. I'll bring the lights up a little bit. So, building on everything we've done so far, we're thinking breath. This exercise might be a little techy for some of you, but using a ghosting hand, basically, or using a hand that hardly grips at all. And what I like about this exercise particularly, and of course you can add legs to this. Like I could bring my foot up, especially if I was super flexible, which I'm not. So I bring in that gooey contact and some traces. Of course, if you know point technique, a lot of this stuff can be done with point technique as well. Whoops. Trace, contact, do. The idea with these type of classes is that this is kind of developing the tissue that connects all your moves together. There's connective tissues. They're strengthened and when they're working together, it's hard to tell for the folks at home what you're doing because it all just seems so seamless. I usually think of flow as the space between tricks, not the actual trick. These are the hops we were doing at the beginning of the class. Activating. Keep that head moving nice and loose. Nice, Sheila. Okay, everybody. All right, we are going to make our way into our free hoop now. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new, I just play music. There won't be any more teaching. You can ask questions. Sometimes I answer the questions while the free hoop is going on, but you can hoop any way you want to. I hope you feel good. I hope you drink a lot of water. I hope you remember that the hoop does a lot of things. It's not just, it's one door to many different places. stuff happened. That's awesome. Yeah, to all my energy workers out there, hopefully you're nice and activated. You know, you can feel it. Boom, boom, boom. Send me a pulse. Sweet, Jackie. Yeah, me too. I needed my brain off. Jackie said she needed her brain off. See you Thursday. Sweet. Anastasia, Victoria. You guys are very welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Richie, take it down, buddy. Who doesn't nap after breakfast? Thank you, Jeannie. Jeannie Marie saying she loves it. Jessica Williams. Engage the vibrant activations. Absolutely. And I'll go out and heal somebody. Beam that positivity out. All that crazy great energy you have. Super grateful for everybody joining in. Next class is Thursday, same time. We're going to be working on 2-point technique, a little bit more chill type class. Folds, that sort of thing. Small hoop stuff. Of course, you can always do whatever the hell you want to. I won't know. Oh, sweet, sir. I'm glad you like that. Hot coals, embers. Ah, sweet, Wendy. Thank you for joining in on Twitch. Looks like we got a lot of people on different platforms tonight. That's cool. Thank you guys for chiming in. I really appreciate it when you say hello. Okay, this will be our last song for tonight. Thank you, guys. Sweet. Cheers to you, my friend from Portland. Thank you guys so much. Big love. It means a lot. Oh no. Oh, sorry for your toe, Jessica Williams. Okay. Anyway, good night, guys. Take care.